guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Samantha. I am a home daycare provider and a mommy to 5. Here on my channel, you're going to find videos about daycare, about mom life, grocery hauls, meal planning, sometimes just some little chit chats like this, and just lots of really fun videos. I'm in the process of revamping my channel and providing you guys with better quality content. I am gonna discuss that a little bit in this video. So we're gonna do some makeup. We're gonna do this right here. I didn't really give a very good tutorial on it, but this is what it looks like. I kind of do something similar to this every day for daycare, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So please come along, enjoy the video as we do, you know, our makeup together. And you know, go grab your makeup. I have my little mom bag here. This is what I keep my like necessities in. Go grab your little bag and do your makeup with me as we chat about daycare and home life and the future of my channel. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. All right, you guys, don't like run away. This is what I actually look like. We're gonna have like real life. If you hear kids in the background, those are my children. So I just wanted to like show you what I do every morning. Unfortunately, I can't do this in the morning because it's dark when I get up. So I have to do this at night. So it is Friday evening, as I mentioned, and I'm gonna just do a get ready with me. I have to go to Michael's, but I would not typically like just get ready just to go. That's a lie. I would get ready just to go to Michael's. So anyways, let's just get started. So the first thing I do is I use these Johnson's head to toe cleansing cloths. Well, I'm gonna use them today. Normally I just wash my face, and I did just rinse it off, rinse all my makeup off from the day, but I'm just gonna use this to kind of get any additional residue off. I apologize if the lighting isn't great. I'm just using my window in my office. This is a new space for me. It's like our spare bedroom, but I turned it into my office, so you can kind of see my quatrefoil, is that how you say it? Quatrefoil paper. And you can see where it like ended. I actually need to get another roll, but it was on clearance, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. But this table that I'm sitting at now covers that, so it's normally over there, but I pulled it up to my window to get better lighting. So anyways, so I just wipe my skin, and then I use, I normally have the fancy like, you know, cotton pads, but I didn't feel like going and grabbing those, so I'm just gonna use a paper towel. And then I use my Thayer's Witch Hazel. This is in the rose petal scent. I really like this. I feel like it helps prevent breakouts. I do have a tiny little breakout. And if anybody is wondering, so I've gotten this question a couple times. I answered it on Instagram a long time ago. Because it's so like normal to me, I don't even mention it because I don't know that anybody cares or whatever. But this here, I don't know, I mean, I'm sure you guys can see it. This here is a dog bite. So when I was 2 years old, story time, I was at my babysitter's house, and I would always go to my babysitter's. I went to my babysitter's every day, loved her. And I would go up and I would hug her dog. It was a half Great Dane, half German Shepherd. Every single morning, while I'm talking, I'm just gonna moisturize. I just use the Aveeno Clear Complexion. I've used this since I was like a teenager, and I've tried like other moisturizers, and I always come back to this. So I would always go up and I would give the dog a hug every single morning. And then one morning, I guess it was a male dog, so I guess the night before, a stray like female dog in heat had come around. And yes, I do put this under my eye. I don't even bother with eye cream. I probably should, but I don't. I just went up and gave the dog a hug like I did every single morning. I mean, I'm like this little 2-year-old girl who like was in love with dogs, and he bit me. He like ripped half my, like this whole part of my face was like hanging off. The doctors could actually see I had bubble gum in my mouth. Bad parenting, mom. Not supposed to chew bubble gum at 2 years old. But I had bubble gum in my mouth and they could see my gum. So that's how bad it was. But I don't ever think to mention it because it's so normal to me. But people have asked like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, that's, you know, they're like, were you in a knife fight or something? I'm like, no, I got bit by a dog. But that would be cool. That would be a really cool story too. So anyways, I'm gonna get started with my, actually I'm gonna let this sink in for a second while we talk. So normally when I get up, I come into my office. This is my new space. I was doing this in my bedroom. But now that I have an office, I come in here and this is really my time to just breathe and to like get my day started off right. You know, as a child care provider, it can be hard to have just a moment throughout the day where it's just you. And so this is really my quiet time. I will make a cup of coffee and I will just sit and do my makeup and usually watch a couple YouTube videos while I'm doing it. So that is what I do. Anyways, so I get a ton of questions about, or actually not questions, just more comments about my eyebrows. I do not think I have good eyebrows. I don't know why people comment about my eyebrows, but they do. So I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna show you guys what I do. Some days they turn out amazing. Some days not so much. So, and it's just hit or miss. There's no like rhyme or reason as to why one day they're really good and one day they're really bad. So I'm gonna show you my products. It's really simple. I've used these same products forever. I've tried purchasing new products and I didn't like them. So whatever. So this is the pomade that I use. I used to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz and I really did like that as well, but I don't have that right now. So this is just the L'Oreal Infallible Lacquer Liner. This is like an eyeliner. This is not like a brow pomade, but I use it for my brows. So it is in the color Espresso. It's a little bit dark for my brows, but that's okay. And then I have this little pencil, or this little, not a pencil, it's like a little tiny brush. Sorry guys, I'm not a beauty guru, so you're gonna have to deal with this little like hot mess beauty tutorial. So I just use this little flat angled brush. It is double-ended, but the other end fell off. And if you look very closely, you can see like teeth marks from my 1-year-old chewing on it. So real life here. So anyways, I just dip this and I'm very like light-handed with it. Sometimes I'll even wipe a little bit off onto my hand. And then I have my mirror here, so. And then I will just start at the bottom of my brow and I will just work, I will like draw a line or like line it here and then I will do the top and then I lightly fill it in. So that is really all I do for my brows. And like I said, some days they're great, some days they are a hot mess. But you can see I extend my tail just a little bit. And I try to keep my expression as like normal as possible. I don't like to like raise my brow like that. So you can see it is pretty dark, but I'm gonna fill this in and these will be nice and full. So I'm gonna just speed this up. It was really hard to talk while I do it. Okay, not the best brow I've ever done, but we are gonna clean it up. I use, forgive me, I use, what do I use? I use this like flat brush. It looks like this. It's just a little flat brush. And yes, it is dirty because I used it this morning. That's a lie. I've been using it all week, guys. I didn't wash it. That's a complete lie. It is the Morphe M124 brush. I got this at Ulta. And then I just use my Maybelline concealer. I don't know what this is. The Maybelline New York something something concealer. I don't know. It's in the shade Fair number 10. And I just take it and I put it on the back of my hand. Did you guys see that fly? There's a fly in here. Oh my gosh. So I just put it on the back of my hand and I take a little bit and then I'm just gonna carve out my brow and then we'll blend it out. Okay, it's carved out. So then I'm gonna take this like fluffy brush. I don't know if you can see it. It's just this big fluffy brush. This is from Flower Beauty. You can get this at Walmart. I have no idea what. All right, you guys, I got them done. They're not exact, but that's okay. We're gonna go with it and we're gonna be happy. So the next thing that I do is I just take the remaining concealer that's on the back of my hand and I put it on my eyelids with that same like fluffy little brush. So while I'm doing this, I want to talk to you guys. So I have been getting a ton of questions and I wanted to answer them. I was supposed to do the part 2 of that Q&A and I had some really like crazy things in my life happen. I had some personal things go on and I just didn't get around to it. So I was going to answer some of those questions here, probably not all of them because I don't have the list on me, but just the ones that I can remember. So somebody asked me like what, I have a parent that has brought their child sick and they spike a fever around like noon. So I know that, and I know that the child's been sick. They said that they were better and then they spiked a fever and I'm pretty sure that they gave them Tylenol. So the next thing I'm gonna do is just take my Lorac Pro contour palette and I just use this beige highlight to just set my eyes, to set the concealer on my eyes so it doesn't crease throughout the day. So she was like, I think that they are giving them Tylenol before they come and I don't know what to do about it. And my answer to that, guys, is that is grounds, and that is in my handbook, that is grounds for termination, period. That's grounds for termination. If you come into my home and you knowingly bring your child sick to my house and mask those symptoms for a period of time throughout the day with Tylenol, and then you know, you're bringing them to my house knowing that they're sick, knowing that I have a house full of other children, plus my children and my family, that is grounds for immediate termination, period. I don't put up with it. To me, that is like one of the most disrespectful things someone can do. I get it. Parents work, you have a job, you know, you have to go to work. I totally understand that. But at the same time, you know, you have to understand, you know, parents have to understand that this is group care. It's not a nanny. I'm not a nanny. And if you do home daycare, you're not a nanny. This is group care. And group care means you are going to expose all of those other children, because it's a group, you're gonna expose all those other children to whatever your child has. Tylenol it does not treat the illness. It treats the symptoms, or it masks the symptoms, really. Like, it reduces the fever, makes the child comfortable. It serves its purpose. I'm not like anti-Tylenol, anti-ibuprofen, none of that. But it's not appropriate to drug your child and then drop them off at my house. So that would be grounds for immediate termination, period. I also got another question. I'm gonna like start blending, but I also got another question about how much money I make. So I answered this in my last video and I kind of felt bad because I was like, I think I answered in my last one. If not, I was like, I'm not going to give specific numbers. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. So I just want to kind of I'm gonna give you guys a general idea about how much I make and then the expenses. So you have to think like you have a certain amount that you make with daycare, but then, you know, through tuition and the food program and things like that. But there are a pretty large amount of expenses that also go out. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit, but while I'm talking about that, I want to just show you what I use. Normally, if I'm like in a quick rush, I gotta get ready really quick, I will just take the Lorac Pro palette, and this is all I will use for basically my whole face except for some blush. And I will just take this shade right here. Sorry, it's dirty. It's the light contour, and I will just like sweep that into my crease, and then I will throw the shimmer highlight onto my lid just to kind of brighten everything up. Throw some mascara on, boom, done. But today I'm gonna be a little bit fancy. Usually if I have a little bit more time, I try to do a little bit more, not because the kids care, not because the parents care, but because I care. So I am going to take this big fluffy Morphe brush. This is the Morphe M504, and I'm going to go into, what do I want to go into? I'm going to go into the shade Love in this, I don't know if you guys can see it. Yep, into this shade right here. It's called Love. And this is the Anastasia Norvina palette. I love this palette. So I'm just gonna take some on my brush, just like this. I blow it off, and then I start blending. So as far as daycare expenses, let's just talk about tuition first. So say I charged $200 a week per child, and that is not what I charge, just so you guys are aware. I actually charge a little bit less than that. But say I charge $200 a week. I have, you know, say I have 10 kids. In the state of Texas, you can have 12 in a licensed child care home. 12 sounds like a lot to me. That sounds like a lot of kids, man. Obviously, ages will range and things like that. So say you have 10 at $200 a week. You're going to be making $2,000 a week in tuition from those 10 kids. So $2,000 a week in tuition. And then on top of that, you'll be making money from the food program. For 10 kids, I would say you're probably going to be making, let's see, for 10, I would say you would probably clear over $1,000 in the food program every single month. Now the food program does have its own regulations. I did tell you I was gonna do a video about that, and I do still plan on doing that probably this weekend. But so say you're making, you know what, $8,000 a month just in tuition, and then you're making another $1,000. You'll probably even make more than that from the food program, but let's just say $9,000 a month in profit or in tuition. That's how much you're bringing in. Now you have to start to think about your expenses, because there are expenses, and it really truly depends on what you provide. So I'm just gonna, hold on, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna take this color Soul right here, and I'm just taking a smaller brush, and I'm gonna work it into my crease, like underneath this. So say you're making, with the food program, $9,000 a month. You have to take into consideration all of your expenses. So your electricity bill is gonna go up a bit. Your rent, or obviously your mortgage or your rent is not gonna go up. Your water is gonna go up significantly, I feel like. And then you have things like food, which the food program is supposed to reimburse you for. I will say, I do not use the amount of money that they reimburse me. I do not use that full amount. I am very careful with what I purchase, and I also try and tie my family's food in with it so that I'm not purchasing tons of like extra stuff for daycare. Hold on. Really? Okay, so you're making $9,000, but you have to think about all the expenses. So obviously all of your main bills are probably gonna go up a little bit. I also pay for KidCare every month, which is an online like invoicing system. I also pay for my website, which is $20 a month. I pay for Brightwheel, which is a parent communication app. That's another $20 a month. And then you have to think about all the supplies. So to cut down on cost of like paper products, I try to use wash rags. Each child has their own wash rag. And I try to use that instead of paper towels. It doesn't always work. Recently, I've really just been using paper towels. You have to think about cups that you need to purchase. You need to think, or like, you know, utensils, dinnerware, whatever. If you provide wipes, I provide wipes. I provide diaper rash cream. I provide sunscreen. I provide the nap mats. I provide the pack and play sheets. I provide the pack and plays. I provide, you know, I do a lot of printing as far as like activities and things like that, art supplies. So I would say if I was making $9,000 every month, which by the way, I'm not making $9,000 every month. I wish I was, but I'm not. I would say I probably would spend anywhere between like 800 to 1,000 of that on daycare life, just general daycare life. Doesn't include the increase in my bills or anything like that. I would say for paper towels, toilet paper, wipes, food, and any little extras. Now I don't skimp on daycare. I really try to provide quality things whenever we do holidays or something. I really like, I take professional photos of the children. I frame them. I send out really nice gifts to the kids or to the parents or whatever. I try to do parent appreciation things. I don't skimp on those sort of things. So my cost may be a little bit higher than yours. So yes, daycare can be profitable. If you do it right, or if you do it the way that I do it. I don't think that it's the only way or the right way. If you do it the way that I do it, you're probably not gonna make as much money, but I'm okay with that. So yeah, I do think it can be profitable, but I think you really have to be careful with what you spend. And I tend to spend a lot on daycare, and that is something that I'm working on, not spending so much on daycare. So I hope that answered your question. You can make a lot, or you can make a good amount of money, but that really depends on if you're full, how much you charge, if you're on the food program, what you supply your families. And you also need to save for that rainy day, or that day when someone gives you their 2 weeks, or you are having a hard time filling spots. I find summertime is probably going to be a hard time for me. I have a child that's leaving because their mother is a teacher, so he's going to be leaving my program, and so I have to fill that spot. And because summer's coming up, it is going to be a little bit harder. So yeah, I mean, it is profitable, but you really have to invest in it, not just with your funds, but with your time, to make a good quality program that people are going to want to enroll in. So I hope that helps. Yeah, I hope that helps. So anyways, let's just move on, and then I'll keep chatting. So I'm gonna go in. This is what we're looking like now. I blended it out so you have kind of the pink and then the purple. And then I'm going to, what do I want to do? I think I may just leave it at that, like just leave it nice and simple. And then I'm gonna take, again, that same concealer, pop it on the back of my hand, take that flat little brush again, the Morphe M124, and I'm just going to pop this concealer on like the inner half or the inner third of my eyeball right here. And this is where I'm gonna put my, like my brighter or my highlight, just to kind of brighten up the eye look a little bit. I didn't used to do this, and when I would put my highlight on, I was like, oh my gosh, it looks so muddy and like it's not bright. And then I realized I should be putting concealer. So clearly not a beauty guru here. So let's talk about my channel a little bit. I've gotten a lot of questions about my channel as well, and I wanted to talk about it. So my channel grew pretty quickly in a short amount of time. It's still very small. And I really have kind of slacked off on putting the work into my channel. And just recently, I, have really thought about it, and I've really, just been, I don't know, inspired or motivated or whatever to just kind of revamp and really start putting the time and energy into my channel. I love talking to you guys. I love giving you guys support and advice. I love reading your comments. I love your emails that you send. I have tons and tons and tons of emails. I'm gonna take this color Dreamer. I'm just gonna take it on my fingertip and pop it where I put the concealer. So I have been in, okay, hold on. Let's back it up here. I am the type of person, let me know if you're the same type of person, so I know I'm not crazy here. I am the type of person that if I do something because I want to do it or I like to do it, when I start to feel pressure from people, I like back up and I don't like it anymore. And so I want to do YouTube because it's a passion of mine, and I really enjoy sharing my life with you guys, and I enjoy sharing daycare advice, and I enjoy talking to you guys. But I started to feel like, this heavy like pressure on me through emails and through like messages and things like that. Like I needed to put out content like right now. And I'm just gonna curl my eyelash. I'm gonna skip liner because who needs liner? So I was feeling this pressure to do more and make more. And in the same time span, my daycare was growing. I was taking some courses, or a course to get my director's credentials. And privately, things were kind of crazy. My sister had moved in, which, by the way, she no longer lives here. She no longer works for me. That's a different story, not something that I'm willing to share on my channel. Just want to put that out there in case anybody asks. So right now now going forward, it is my husband and I rocking daycare together. So anyways, there was a lot of stuff going on personally in my life, and I was just feeling this heavy pressure to do YouTube, and I was hating it. I was like trying to come up with content, trying to come up with videos, and I felt like I was just trying to slap something together just to get a video up. And I'm not that person. I am not someone that likes to put out anything that's mediocre. I want it to be great. So I backed off for a little bit, and I was like, look, I'm not having fun with this anymore. And it's a hobby for me. It's just something that's fun. It doesn't provide me an income. It doesn't, well, not a huge income. I do make a tiny bit. It doesn't provide me like a huge income. It's not something that I'm like, this is gonna be my newfound career or whatever. I really love daycare, and that is my career. But I was feeling this pressure on me to make more and do more and be better. And then I was watching these other YouTubers who are in the same kind of category, this mom life and daycare and whatever, and they're just rocking it. And I'm like, how on earth are they doing it? I'm never going to be that good. And why even bother? Like, why bother putting out content if I'm never gonna get to that point? I'm never gonna be that good. That's what I was telling myself. And so I backed off for a while, and I was like, people are already sending out the message that you're trying to send out. So why do you need to, like, why do you even need to do it? Like, they can just get the information from someone else who's more professional, has better quality photos or videos or more put together, whatever it may be. I'm just, you know, that was the mindset that I had. And so I backed off. And so recently I had been like reading you guys' comments and reading emails and kind of going through some personal things. And I was feeling like, you know what? Why not me? Like, why not me? Why can I not be just as good as these other people that I watch? Why can't I put out quality videos? Why can't I, you know, share this information with you guys? Why can't I share my life? And I'm no different. I mean, obviously I'm different, but they're no better than me. They're just more driven, probably. They have more confidence and they are putting in the work. And that is what it was. I was just being lazy and I didn't want to put in the work. It was hard. I mean, YouTube is not easy. Let me just tell you guys, YouTube is not easy. And I just didn't want to put in the work, I guess is what it was. I was feeling pressure. You know, I felt like people were putting pressure on me and it just stopped being fun. So I stopped putting in the work. Okay, pause. I just use the L'Oreal Voluminous. This is my favorite. This is not the carbon black one. This is Blackest Black. I really love the carbon black one, but it's not in here. Anyway, so let me go ahead and throw on some primer. So I kind of go back and forth. I have the NYX Angel Veil, and then I have this Tarte Clean Slate. It's very dirty. Sorry, guys. This Tarte Clean Slate primer. I think I'm going to try this one. This one is just like finicky with foundation. It like gathers sometimes, so I'm like nervous about using it, but I'm going to use it anyways. The one thing I did notice when I first bought this, I could not figure out how not to get it to gather. So I watched my favorite beauty guru, Miss Tati, and she said to warm it up in your hand. So I've been like, I'll sit here in the morning. I'm like, please work, please work. And then I'll just apply this into my pores. And I do have quite large pores. I don't know if you can tell, but I do. Anyway, so I was feeling this immense pressure to do it. And so I kind of backed off. And I recently, I don't know, like my confidence heightened or something. I don't know what it was, but I was like, I'm going to do this. Like, I'm going to do YouTube. So my channel is going to be changing. While I'm telling you about that, I'm using the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation. I love this stuff. This is in the shade Cashmere. It is a little bit dark, I think. I do self-tan, but it's a little bit dark. And then I just take my beauty blender. I like to take it on my finger and pat it on my skin. That way the beauty blender doesn't soak it all up. You can hear my toddlers out there. I don't know what they're doing. Their dad's out there, so no stress. But anyway, so my channel is going to be changing this weekend. I'm calling it my YouTube weekend. I am coming up with a channel intro, a channel outro, like updating all my social media, trying to return emails, updating my channel art, and I have a book sitting right here that has about 20 videos so far that I am wanting to film. And I sat down 2 nights ago and I just wrote them all out, and I like just any idea that popped into my head, because I have them all the time. I'm like, oh, I should film this, and then I just don't do it. So I went ahead and just wrote them all down and was like, I am going to write it down and then write down the points that I want to do or that I want to get to, and then I will film it. And so I did that, and I am going to start filming that stuff this weekend. This was just like a random video that I wanted to do. I just wanted to like talk to you guys, but I didn't want to just sit and talk to you. I wanted to like do something. So here we are. I'm gonna wipe the Carmex off my lips. Yes, I am one of those people who puts foundation on their lips. I've been doing it for a very long time and I have no idea why I do it. I just do. So once that is blended out, I usually just do one coat, and it looks a little bit lighter than it does in person just because I have my big mirror here that has like the bright light. So that is what I do. And I do have a little tiny bit of this sparkly eyeshadow underneath my eyes, so I'm gonna wipe that off before I go forward. And then I'm just gonna take same concealer, my Maybelline. I did have the Tarte Shape Tape. I feel like it's too thick for under my eyes. I have like bags under my eyes and I have wrinkles and all that. So anyways, my kids are like running out there. I am going to be putting in a lot of work to my channel this weekend. I have this new office that I can now film in. I have like my own space that I can film. I don't have to kick anybody out. I don't have to worry about the noise too much because this room is at the very front of our house, except for that noise right there. Sorry, I just had to yell at my children. Anyways, so I am putting a ton of work into my channel this weekend, and I am going to just kind of revamp. I'm gonna have videos coming out a couple of days a week. I'm not gonna commit to like a ton at first, but I know on Mondays I'm going to be posting my meal videos. I'm going to call it probably, I don't know, Meal Monday, Meal Plan Monday, something like that. But it's going to be a series, and I am going to do it every single Monday. I'm going to post either pictures or videos of what my daycare kids ate, as well as the meal plan for that. And I was going to say, I think a grocery haul is going to be on Saturdays or Sundays. Okay, so once I get that all blended out, I just take my Lorac Pro 2 or Pro contour palette again, and I take this e.l.f. shape, what is it called? Small tapered brush, and I just apply the beige highlight. This is a little bit dark, so it kind of darkens my under eyes, which I hate, but oh my gosh, guys, it just like fell apart. Look at this. Really? Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna put a lot of work into it. Mondays, I'm gonna post meal videos, and then I think I'm gonna try and do something on Thursdays. I just feel like that's a good day out of the week for me. And then something on Saturday. So tell me in the comments what it is you guys are wanting to see, because I have a whole list of videos that I want to film, but I also want to film things that people want to see. I'm just using the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. This is in transparent, and then I'm using a big powder brush. I believe this is from Flower Beauty. I think it looks like a Flower Beauty one. So all I'm doing is I'm just patting this into my face, and I don't even remember where I was. I hear my kids screaming and it's distracting me. So I want to post something on Mondays and Thursdays and probably Saturday or Sundays. I would love to know down in the comments, what on earth do you want to see? I think majority of my audience, from what I have gathered, are either moms or you guys are daycare providers. And I want to make sure that I'm putting out content that you guys actually want to see, and not just the content that I'm like, this is all I want to do. So really wanting to see, and where, I mean, it is my channel, but like what direction could you guys see this going, or where would you want it to go? I'm just going to take this light contour palette again out of the Lorac Pro contour palette, and I'm just going to kind of frame my face a little bit. So yeah, I just want to know, like, where do you guys see this going? Where do you guys want this to go? and what it is you guys are looking for when you are on YouTube. Like what do you want to see? Should I involve my kids? Should I keep it strictly daycare? Should I do some mom videos, meal prep, grocery haul? Like what is it that you guys like to see? Sorry, I like halfway died choking on whatever. So I'm back, I'm alive, so we're good. But yeah, I want to know what you guys want to see. I don't want to like waste my time filming and doing all these things if it's not something that you want to see. So let me know in the comments down below. Next, last thing I'm going to talk about, this is going to be a ridiculously long video. But the last thing I want to talk about is my teachers pay teachers. I'm getting a ton of questions about that, and I suck at life. I failed. I have not uploaded any of my documents yet. Actually, I uploaded one. I believe it was my interview questions or something like that, or my little supply thing. That's how bad I am. I don't even remember what I posted. I'm going to use this NARS Duo. This is the Duo. You can find this in like their little travel thing, like the minis up by the register. That's where I found mine, at least. And it is just the Orgasm Blush and the Hot Sand Highlight. I love, love, love the Orgasm Blush. I have had a couple of them. I had one that broke on me, and my other one, I think I just used it all. So I love this blush. So yeah, I don't want to waste time filming if you guys don't want to see it. See, I'm like totally off topic. I've already talked about that. Okay, teachers pay teachers. I am wanting to get this up. I cannot give you an exact date of when it's going to be up. That is, again, something that I'm working on this weekend. And I'm hoping soon I'm going to have the link for you guys. And again, I'm going to offer it at a pretty steep discount. And I am going to put a lot of freebies up there because I feel so bad that I said I was going to do it and I just haven't had the time. Now, I will tell you guys, I had started working on like a meal planner. However, if you guys are daycare providers, I'm sure you already follow them or follow her. Well, it's them, but she is the daycare provider. Sarah and Stan from Work Life Glue. Sarah is a daycare provider. Stan is her husband. If you guys have not checked them out, I will link their channel down below. If you have checked me out, I'm sure you guys have checked them out, and you probably checked them out first. She was one of the very first daycare providers I ever watched. Actually, I think she was the only daycare provider that I found on YouTube at the time when I was looking. And I just happened to like stumble upon her video, and I like binge watched them for months and months and months. When I find a channel I like, I will literally watch the same video like 600 times. I don't even care. It does not bother me at all. So they came out with a meal planner recently. They just launched it. I want to say it was like a month ago, maybe a little bit longer, a little bit not as long. And it's great, guys. I purchased it and it's really, really good. She really did the work, and I have printed it out. I am now using it in my daycare and I love it. So I was working on a meal planner, but I don't want to reinvent the wheel. She's already done a really great job. So if you're looking for a daycare meal planner, go to Work Life Glue, and try theirs. I believe it was, I don't even remember how much it was, $20, I believe, which is nothing. Like in the planner world, that's nothing. You could create your own, but it would take you a little bit of time. And I wanted to try this one out. I love trying new planners out all the time. So I wanted to try it out, and I will be 100% honest with you. I went into it with a jealous heart. I'm gonna be, and let's get real quick. So I love their channel, love their channel. Sarah is so professional and so great. And I was a little bit envious when I saw their meal planner because it was something that I was working on and I kind of felt like, oh man, like they already did it. But when I saw it, guys, I was still a little bit envious. Like, I did put in work to make this one, but she really, I mean, you can tell she put her heart into it, and it's a beautiful planner and it works really well for daycare. And I just think, I mean, like if you need a meal planner, just get it from them. I mean, it's phenomenal. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. And so I had to put my pride aside a little bit. And, you know, you got to give kudos where kudos are due. And she did a phenomenal job. And they're a great couple. She's a great daycare provider. And I have to be, I'm trying to be not envious, like, of others. And, you know, it's a great meal planner. So check that out. I will link it down below. It's worth the money. I'm telling you guys it's worth the money, and I will be reviewing it. I'm actually going to film that tomorrow and it'll be posted next week, my review of their meal planner. And I did email Sarah and make sure that was okay. And she said it was. So, I'm going to be doing that this weekend. So, that's my whole face. I do not wear lipstick. I have lots of liquid lipstick and lip glosses and I always end up tossing them. So I'm just going to use my Carmex. This is what I normally do. And I like, so weird. I like put foundation on my lips and then I take my Carmex and I like wipe the foundation off. And I just do like a very neutral lip. So yeah, so if you need a meal planner, go over there, grab that one. As far as all of my other products, I am still working on them. I'm just not somebody that likes to put out mediocre stuff. I want it to be really good. And if I'm gonna slap my name on something, I want the quality to be great. And I think that's a lot of people. So I am trying to get out a packet for you guys. I'm really trying to answer all of your questions, and I greatly appreciate you guys hanging in there. As soon as I get it done and I get it posted, you guys will know. You will be the first to know. And I will try and get that out there as soon as possible. So that's it, you guys. This is my whole face. I was gonna do my hair too, but I've been talking for a very long time, and I think this is gonna be a long enough video. So I'm gonna pack away my makeup. I'm gonna probably head to Michael's because they're having a little bit of a sale, and I gotta load my girls up and then go to Michael's. And my girls I mean my children, not my girls. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope I answered some of your questions. Let me know down below what you guys want to see next. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you share it with your friends. And if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe and join my little family here. And I guess I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks. Bye, guys.